Let's call the meeting to order, if we could, please. First would be the minutes from the August 18th meeting. Had a chance to review those. I did not find any corrections or changes myself.
I did not either. Motion to approve, Mr. Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Second to that motion, second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapproved? Motion will carry. Next would be your bills list and your additional bills list. Any questions on the bills? I will point out under the jail, there's a significant bill there, Dorcas, out of our control for the housing juvenile. Quite a bit higher than we've done in years past. Bear in mind, the state bears most of those costs at a certain point, but these two, I believe there's two of those on that invoice. Once they're rated a certain status, then it becomes back to the county. So that's why we got that bill. But I can assure you it's better than it was 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's cheaper to build in jail.
Yeah.
Make a motion to
Second by Jeff Lear. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry. Next would be the second reading on the 2015 tax rates. Fiscal Court held first reading. We have advertised for a second reading and adoption today of those rates. And you have those, have had those in front of you. Entertain a motion to approve on second reading and adoption.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Sam.
Second.
Second by Jeff Lear. Further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Next would be your text amendments for planning and zoning, already approved on first reading and advertised for a second. Motion to approve on second reading and adoption. Thank you, Bernard. Second?
I'll second.
Second by Sam Hutchins. Further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. You will have in your mail for the next court meeting the rest of the amendments that were looked at last week?
This last week, right?
Last week, yeah.
All the rest of the things that planning and zoning
It's
changed?
probably going to be having something in mind, so, yeah, so this will be the third.
I haven't read them yet. I just done them yesterday, so I'm going to go through them. Next would be second reading of zoning request. The first reading would be number 2443, Francis Leo Cameron, R1A, Day 1, already approved by the Fiscal Court. Motion to approve on second reading and adoption.
Make a motion to approve on second reading.
Motion by Jeff Lear. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Keith Metcalf. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Next one, number 2444, Don Mudd, A1 to R1A. Already approved on first reading, 2.8 acres, Jeff.
I'll make a motion to approve on second reading.
Motion by Jeff, second by Jerry. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Next on the agenda is the Soil Conservation District. In your mail, there's a letter from the chairman, Tom Hart, basically advising Fiscal Court that they're going to take a slight increase in the rates this year and it's not really something we control. I put a copy of the justification on the second page with you guys. This is for informational purposes only, no court approval necessary. They're going to bring in $4,911 more. You guys should have a copy of that in your mail. I can give you a copy of their total budget if anybody wants one at the court meeting.
I'd like that one.
But I would.
And I've got one, so we're good.
Would you do that? Make everybody a copy of that. Please. Thank you. That's just for informational purposes. Next would be road department report.
Do we need to vote on that?
No.
Okay.
Just like the library bring their reports, we don't vote on those either. That's one of the new things they want all these special districts to report to court.
So is that basically they do that just in case something really stands out to us?
Yeah, and then down the road, if we don't like the way things are going, when it comes to appointment time, that's when you start making your effect changes. It might take a while, but that's how you affect your changes. And we've already done that on a few occasions that we can control. Okay, Jim, first is the state agreement, Commonwealth of Kentucky, on some extra blacktop money for this year in the amount of $200,000. Media, did I put a copy of the list of those roads in your box?
I didn't get one.
I will give you a copy of those.
Patton Road, Conver Road,
That's making you want you to do.
Bob Lane, and Stevens Lane.
I don't think they heard. Did Randy hear you? He was
The
telling me.
roads
I heard Tom Greer Road was the one I heard.
I didn't
Patton
think
Road, Conver Road, Bennett Lane, Hobbs Lane, and Stevens Lane.
I'll give you a copy of this at the board meeting.
And they're partial of all those roads, they're not complete overlays, of course.
And none of these are complete at all, but,
Stevens Lane's bad shape, isn't it?
yeah, I wrote.
This will finish, we paid part of it last year,
Part of it.
but not all of it.
But I'm talking about the other part.
Yeah.
Need a motion to approve the resolution and authorize me to sign the contract with the state.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Keith. Second by Bernard Ice. All approved, say aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry.
Does that need to come back, I guess, from the state before we issue?
Yes,
POs?
it does. They're adamant on that now. 'Cause he
When
could,
they hear the POs out there, cancel the contract on this?
oh, they're adamant about that now. It used to be, once you approve this, you could go ahead and issue
Right,
the
I thought
POs.
that's how we sometimes do
The money may not be there, is what they say. Especially when they can get the gas tax increase if they want. That's okay, salt barn update, Jim?
The pre-engineered membrane covered roof system came in yesterday, actually. The
I saw
tractor
that.
trailer came in, it's the trusses and the fiber roof system.
The metal rods.
Road department offloaded yesterday. They're scheduled to come in the week of the 14th of September is what the latest I got.
Good.
2 weeks and start putting everything together. Once that happens, once it's done, it shouldn't take
It doesn't look too
2 or 3
complicated.
days, no. Then we'll start putting salt back in there and cleaning up and tearing down the rest of the salt barn and that type of stuff.
Now, that would be just pure salt in that building, is that
Correct.
Yeah.
We'll still have our sand salt
You're
mix
gonna build a
pad
little area somewhere.
over to the side, a little closer, be easier to do.
You definitely cleaned up down there, didn't you? It
Yeah,
looks good
yeah.
there.
It'll work out nice. It gives room to go around. All our pipes will be where they'll.
We're gonna move the rest of those pipes up to Brad's place, the ones that are yucky looking. You get all the
They're
junk.
very organized right now.
They're very organized right now, they're good. Okay,
You got a blacktop list.
I didn't know if any of the magistrates had any or not, they hadn't presented me any, so
Keith's looking at one possibly.
we can skip over that anytime.
We'll get a number.
Yeah, I gotta get with Rhonda.
Routine work, bush hog, we're in District 1 for the 3rd round. We've completed Districts 5 and 2, and we'll be in 3 and 4 after that for 3 rounds. This is September. We'll go probably, might get into a 4th round depending where we're going, you know. We've, all the overlay roads that have been done, places like Oak Knoll, Country Square, Ludwig, we gravel the shoulders, we've done all that work. We put a little bit of gravel on the edges to help them from drop off, stuff like that. That's gone on on all those roads that were paved by Magle. We are hot mix patching now, guys. If you've got any areas that you see or aware of, we've done Summers Lane, Woodlawn Road, Petersburg, Timber Trail, Shady Lane. We put base down there at Chesterhan Road and then we've got a PO to Chesterhan. What's funny?
I told him to put it on thin.
We're not going to, well, not.
Put it on thin.
I'll say this, but we're not going to spend $100,000 like we did last year. The road's in good shape. So,
Well, you want to say something for spring too, but you'll have some failures.
Chesterhan is, PO has been sent to Chesterhan from Magle to overlay it. We've done all the county work that we're going to do to it. just cross-drain work by our Great All crew. The Love Ridge, we did a repair on there. You know, that's a 10-foot diameter pipe on Love Ridge, and the water got over that pipe one time in between two mowing events. Our mowers identified it, and if you go over, it's a lot of water comes down through that hollow, but it got over the road and washed out a section.
Jim, that's one we replaced
Back
12 years ago.
He was back there when Amos Creek was in.
Yeah.
Right when I
It
started.
was a 10-foot diameter pipe, and we hired, what's her name, to come in there to put the concrete head walls on, because so massive. Hornback came in and built that. And, but the water actually came over the road on that.
How long is the pipe?
It's only a 40-foot long.
10-foot diameter.
It's interesting that, you know, that big of a pipe, it still gets over it. Did a couple days picking up trees, just routine stuff like that. We are working, our contractor's working on Woodline Road Bridge, what I call Bridge number 2. That's how the state identifies it. They're out there hole ramming the footing out to this morning and should have it formed up and got our lane closures. The road will be officially closed tomorrow. You still can get through, but that's kind of up to people. So other than that, that's about it.
Okay. We'll move on to landfill solid waste report. Garbage truck and roll-off truck.
We're gonna talk garbage truck first. I gave you guys a summary, but I'm gonna have to give you a new one. And I'll tell you why when I hand it out. When they bidded, one particular vendor did not include his warranty in it, the cost of the warranty, that is.
That was on the roll-off.
That's on the garbage truck.
The roll-off was correct.
Correct. So I had to go back this morning, double call, check and whatnot. Basically, your two, what I'm gonna call low bids, are either a Freightliner or International. They're within $124 of each other. Now, the Freightliner, you get a 2-year warranty on your chassis. International, you get a 1-year warranty. I'm gonna give you my blunt opinion.
What's the engine?
International has got what they call it's not Max Force, they call it something else. It's an International brand engine. And then the Cummins is in the Freightliner. Navistar, that's the name of it.
Navistar.
Mhm. I can tell you, we have not had any luck at all with those International trucks.
It's an updated version of the 7.3.
Is that what it
They
is?
put it too big of a truck, and it can't handle a low pressure.
My recommendation is to buy the Freightliner. I know it's $124 more, but you get another year warranty on your chassis, and again.
With $124, the warranty's worth $500.
Because you got an extra year on.
Plus, based on past experience,
Yeah.
You can justify that.
you can just, based on past experience, it's not worth getting.
Okay, what about the roll-off truck, Brad?
Well, I was trying to do the easy one first. You guys got the summary on the roll-offs, right?
That was a tough one.
I thought that was a tough.
I thought that was a tough one.
We'll see how my sales pitch goes here.
Well,
Did the
I'm
next
trying to help
meeting
you.
get these?
Hey, Brad, you don't get an A for effort trying to help you here?
Okay.
Because you got $10 worth of stickies on that one little free magazine there.
Well, here's what we did. We bid a roll-off
that was
truck out, and you guys know why we have, and you know, the bids come in surprisingly good. I mean, you know, you look at that price, $137,713. The last roll-off truck we bought was $108, and that was 2008 when I bought it, February 2008. So 7 years ago, you know, it's only gone up $30,000 really. In the scheme of things, that's pretty good in my opinion. We tried to price that one we're renting to get on. I don't know if you guys have seen.
He was hiring all three of these.
It was $197,000.
Yeah.
He wanted that for that one.
Yeah,
Now,
after we used it.
that being said, that truck is way more on it than what we typically would bid out. Trust me, when I bid a truck, it's pretty vanilla, what I'll say. I mean, we just get tandem axles, we don't have the chrome wheels, you know, it's a plain Jane truck for us, but it does the job, I mean, it really does.
Now, here's a 2007 with a Galbraith roll-off Cummins engine for $125,000.
2007?
Yeah.
Tell them I got 2008 out, so.
So my point is, the $138,000 is a good price.
Yes. Very good.
He's probably got about $40,000 worth of concessions back from the freight.
And it's a Freightliner truck, it's the same thing as the garbage truck's gonna be. The only thing's gonna be a little different, the cab will be a little bigger because of the horsepower's a little more, and the roll-off, it's a Cummins engine as well. It's just, it's the same torque, it's a little more horsepower.
Don't we already have some trucks with the Cummins in it?
Yeah.
And they're pretty good.
Cummins went on and bit what we call, they went on and changed over to that DEF fuel, diesel exhaust fluid, and really don't have trouble out of those trucks that have that on.
Your mechanics pretty much familiarized with it too.
Well, we don't have so many problems. I mean, you just don't. The Internationals, what they did is they didn't put the DEF fluid on it, they put high head pressures, and it's just constant, something going wrong with it, it seems like.
So your recommendation is?
My recommendation is to purchase the 2016 Freightliner. Now,
On both events?
On both events. Now, what pleases the court, and Dean and I discussed, was do we buy 2 roll-offs? And that becomes the big discussion.
My recommendation to the court to consider the second roll-off and then take the truck, or one or two of the trucks that we're going to, that we got back running again, and dispose of those as surplus properties to help offset that cost. That way you'll have 2 functioning, well-functional.
The one we just put a $40,000 motor in?
Now, you pick your pick. You need to keep that one.
It doesn't
See,
matter.
right now we're
You
running
put
2
the
used trucks.
back in it too, by the way.
We're running and I sent you guys this, we're running a 2004 Freightliner, it's 11 years old, and we're running a 2008 Sterling, 7 years. That's the one we're putting the $40,000 engine in, the 2007
The
Sterling.
back, I mean, you're putting a Mercedes engine back in it.
Correct. So what Dean is saying is, if you decide to purchase the 2, you would either get rid of this Sterling that we put the engine in, or you get rid of this Freightliner that's 11 years old.
Which one's running right now, a Freightliner?
Freightliner. I'll be honest with you, it runs every day. It's got a Caterpillar engine in it, burns about a gallon of oil a day. We keep on running.
You need,
Just like, that's
he
almost like
runs
a
2
sheriff's
trucks
car, a
full
gallon
time,
of oil a day.
sometimes a 3rd truck.
Like yesterday,
Maybe a quart anyway.
we could have run 3 trucks.
So you got 3 roll-offs is what you've got, is that correct?
We have to have
We
3.
have to have 3.
Have to have 3.
And the reason being, you run 2 all the time, you better have a spare.
Yeah. But you got these industries out here, if they don't get that garbage turned.
You showed that.
Oh, they get made.
We would definitely surplus one of these 2.
We're servicing about 100,
Can we surplus that one?
120 big roll-off trucks.
The problem is, it's gonna take about 5 months to get these trucks in. So no,
Yeah.
unless you're willing to keep paying $65.
He's got 4 slots
to
open.
rent
You know,
one.
getting these trucks built is pretty difficult,
I know.
you know, in line.
Can
Well,
you
you want to
serve,
wait until the truck comes in? I mean, until we get these back?
You won't know
wait
today.
5 months now, if you
Yeah.
ordered it today.
If you order today, it's 5 months.
We need to move on that.
And further, you may not be able to get them after December.
So,
I know how these big trucks, we've done this
Oh, yeah.
before. You know, 20 years, you do learn a little bit about.
so if we put this truck out there in front of the road department,
Oh,
We've gotta
I
get
don't know
it.
if I would do that.
No.
I'd find a different outlet.
okay, I was
Yeah,
getting ready to say, if we do
won't get
that,
any
we're gonna
further.
have a hard time getting $40,000 for a truck, even though it's got $40,000 motor in it.
Keith, if we decide to get rid of that better truck, you know, with the new Mercedes engine in it, you could probably get $65,000, $70,000 out of the truck. Easy. Couldn't you, Brad? Probably not like that.
Are we gonna keep that for the 3rd truck though?
Will you have to keep that one that's got the Mercedes engine for the 3rd truck? Or are you gonna keep this Freightliner that's 11 years old for the 3rd truck?
you could think about accessing the Ford and the Mack and keeping those 2 trucks.
You got another one too that you get rid of too.
The Ford since the landfill started, that's the first truck we bought. And they're not it's not roadworthy, neither is the Mack. You know, if you got rid of them 2, I'm just thinking, but it's up to Brad but you kept the Freightliner and the Sterling. Gotta have 3, one to back up these 2,
Right.
and one to empty the boxes that you don't want to get tore up too much in the landfill. So, but these got less age on them, and they may be a better deal to keep. The Sterling, you know, you're flipping a coin on that thing.
Because it's got that Mercedes engine in it. It's a hard decision.
That's a tough call on that one, but then you got that Ford and Mack that really wore out.
I'm doing the 2.
I wouldn't mind having,
And then
all 4 could be roadworthy.
What one we're gonna.
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
One
that.
of them will make out in the
I wish we knew
landfill.
this stuff before we done before.
I sent it to you too.
Well, here's the thing, that truck was worth nothing until you
If you
fix it.
didn't put a
That's
motor
right,
engine out,
I
nothing.
thought we were gonna have 5 months.
Yeah.
When's that coming back?
They got the engine last Wednesday, we took the truck down there, he told me upon receipt of the truck, it's 7 to 14 days, depending on what they get into. I said, what's the mean, what we get into? He said, well, you got a head issue, we got to order a head, and you got a injector issue.
Turbo.
Yeah, so they don't know that until they open the engine up. So I'm expecting the dreaded phone call sometime this week about what else needs to go on it.
Just don't answer the telephone, Brad, turn your phone off.
If I had to guess, Jeff, I asked them for a go, they told me the week after Labor Day. Sometime that week, the 14th is what we're shooting for.
You just made
Because I gotta
it
get
look
quit
awful
renting that
happy.
truck. If that's what you're
And
getting
this is coming out of landfill, but.
correct.
Motion in order
I'll make that motion.
to buy two
Buy
trucks,
two
two roll-offs and
trucks,
one garbage.
One garbage truck,
Correct, as presented by Commissioner
as
Brown.
presented according to the bid.
Second,
I got it, second.
Bernard Ice, further discussion?
The
Discussion?
garbage truck's coming out solid waste.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that was budgeted.
That was budgeted.
That's the only one that was budgeted.
Correct.
The landfill fund does have,
330,000 out of the.
but not,
250 something.
Must be more than that.
It's 315.
260, 270.
280.
150.
Trust me, I already did my PO.
All right, 140, 140, 280, yeah,
Yeah.
round figure.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to 300,000.
All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapproved? Motion carries. One reluctant aye down here. Do you know how you record that?
We got 120 boxes. For instance, now yesterday was unique, but we turned 13 boxes.
And
4 of them were.
we're paying, what, bad a month on that rent?
$6,200.
How much? Add the return fee and all of that stuff.
Do what now?
Add all the other extras to it though.
I'm paying
$7,000.
$6,200, probably $7,000 a month.
$7,000.
Rental cost is. But again, we turned 13 boxes yesterday. I mean, if you
7
didn't have
times
2
12.
trucks running,
Yeah, we had to have it. I mean,
You gotta have 2 decent big trucks.
And the landfill budget is in good shape.
Okay.
the only thing I want to cover real quick is for the news meeting, I sent an email out. We are off this coming Monday, which is typical. Everything is pushed one day. So everybody's garbage will be delayed one day for next week.
Very good. EMS report, Joe?
Nothing new to report today.
Other than I guess your report last, the 4-wheel drive came in.
It's at the paint shop.
At the paint shop, yeah. I got the title of the origin, certificate of origin, we can take it over and get the thing.
It comes in white, Joe?
Jail report, I'd like to report first that Ms. Big is back on duty at Fiscal Court. Glad to see you back. She has been in constant contact with the jail and myself, so I appreciate that. Your report?
Okay, today we have a total of 130 inmates. We have 6 in Hardin County, 4 of those being females. We have 2 on home incarceration and 28 state inmates. We have 10 serving weekend. They put the total down there, but the in-house total today is 112. Okay, July, daily average on control intake, we have 638 mandates. That's a daily average of 20 control intake. Class B's, we have 214 mandates, that's our average, daily average of 13. Nelson County, we have 2,917 mandates, that's a daily average of 94. So for the month of July, we had a mandate was 3,969, that was a daily average of 128. New arrests for July, males, we had 155, females, we had 54. Total of 209 on releases. We had 140 males, 52 females, so that's a total of 192. And then on district court, sentenced inmates, we have 11. Weekenders, we have 6 out of district court. Waiting for court, we have 13. Of course, we have court today, so we'll probably go some of it over circuit. Home incarceration, we have 1. We actually have 2 because we had another one come in this morning. Work release out of district court, we have 11. We don't have any on community service out of district. State inmates, we have 17 controlled intake, 11 class Bs. We have controlled intake that are serving weekends, we have 1. We have 6 of them that's doing community service. We have 6 that's on work release. Out of Sentenced to jail out of circuit court, we have 5. We have 3 out of drug court. We don't have anybody on home incarceration. In circuit court, we have 52 that's waiting for court, so we have a total of 65 that have not been sentenced. That's in my report.
Thank you, Dorcas. Okay, next item on the agenda is the area development funds. I want to pass to the next court meeting. I've got a little more grant information put together for you guys to look at. And what I'm basically doing, we have a little pot of money every year, the fiscal court, the small cities, and including Bardstown. Every city has a little pot of money we can use on a rotating basis for different items, usually about $3,000 to $4,000 a year. I'm putting together a grant to buy us some new chairs for our fiscal court meetings, and also for planning and zoning. I'm trying to get extras where they can run them around the edges because they have 11 members. They're going to be similar to what we had in my office. And, so I'll bring it, hopefully have that ready for you next court meeting. Next on the agenda is the county occupational tax report. You know, from time to time I get requests from citizens, both those that live in the city and those that live outside the city. What do you use the occupational tax funds for? What do I get for the occupational tax funds? I want to bring out a little more detail from the budget perspective. You guys pass those around, please, to the meeting. The first page, I'm going to wait a few seconds to get passed around. I've got another one for you too. That's, you know, during the conversation, discussions over the last few months between the fire department and recreation and all the other aspects of city and county government, the conversation comes up about what do the county occupational tax funds pay for. The $75 per person is a maximum that we charge any resident. So I prepared what I call just a kind of an outline. First page shows the total revenue that we're projecting this year. And that's $1.187 million. The first section that you see on the front page deals with the expenditures. $753,000. I'm not going to go into those individually, but they're self-explanatory. And all of that money benefits the entire county, whether you live whether you're a city resident or a non-city resident. It benefits the entire county. Now, the remainder of the monies, in particular, the $450,000 funds the extra blacktop money on the roads. And then sometimes you'll have, sometimes if you're lucky, you'll have $50,000 to $70,000 for emergencies. I always try to keep a little bit of a pot for emergency. The next page, the big question usually is, as a city resident, what do I get for my $75? You know, that's a big, I see the fire department back there laughing. So what I did assumptions. So really the only way of doing this is using educated, I call educated assumptions, is assuming that the population of the city versus non-city residents. Population, according to the updated census, is 44,530. Of which 71% are non-city residents and 29% are City of Bardstown residents. Everybody follow me on that first line item? So, yes, go ahead. So you take the revenue, the total revenue, and then so you use the percentage. 71% is $842,770, and then of City of Bardstown residents would be $344,230. That's assuming that no one was coming from out of county working in your county. So what you have to do is you have to go down to the next line item, and this I'm assuming, and based on past surveys that we've done with industries, that we think about 15 to 17% is a good number. So I actually went up to 20% just to be safe. When you use assumptions, you try to use good numbers that are realistic. So I try to be conservative with my approach on estimating that 20% of our revenue comes from out of county. So what I did, I took 20% of that. So the city and non-city people, both jointly about $949,600 that we have from people that live in our community and pay within our community. So then I took the revenue in relation to Nelson County residents employed in Nelson County, which was $949,600. You take 71% of them are non-city residents based on population. It's $674,216. So the city of Bardstown's residents that pay our occupational tax would be 29% of that total, which is $275,384. Everybody follow me on that? Is that confusing? Jimmy, you understand? And I think it's important to note that non-city residents pay the bulk of our occupational tax. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know, we get complaints that city residents don't get a deserving portion of the occupational tax from the county. And I wanted to make sure the court had if somebody sees a different way of approaching it, I'll be glad to listen, because I ran this by Rhonda 2 or 3 times when I put it together. And I'm not going to throw her under the bus. She just typed it up and put it on a nice piece of paper for me. I did it on a scratch sheet. Any questions, guys?
No, up in the blacktop money a little bit since we're done.
Under old and new business. First, I want to thank Keith and Sam for sitting through a series of interviews with myself on our new rec director's position. I think we interviewed about 8 or 9?
Yeah, or 10 maybe.
Yeah, 12.
Several.
It was 2 mornings worth of them, and
About 8, first day, 4 or 5, second day.
So we spent a lot of time and went through the applications. We had and I'm estimating now probably 30 applicants probably or more, 35. I had to go through and count them. I didn't count them exactly. A good list, and after narrowing it down, and we have selected a young man by the name of Tyler Wempson to serve as our new rec director. Tyler, I will put together a little information for you later on, but he's already told his employer he's working now, and working out a date when he can actually start for us. So we're excited to have a young man like Tyler's enthusiasm and I think people skills that we were looking for to make the position, this new position for us, a good fit for our fiscal court and our facilities. So thank you all so much. I know you put a lot of time.
Kind of on that note, I'd like to tell the media, and I talked to Ed, we're having issues with parking on the back entrance. And I'd like the folks to be aware, the parents, that there's no parking allowed on the rear entrance into Dean Watts Park.
There were some signs there at one time.
They still are.
Okay.
And vehicles that will be parked there will either be towed or ticketed. So you might get that out in the paper or on the media. We don't want to do that, but it's a safety issue that with there being double parked on that back entrance, emergency vehicle can't get in and out of there. So if they would please to park in the park, if at all possible. If not, there's an open field out in front of the rock wall. They can park there. But please don't park on that drive because you'll be towed or ticketed.
And those are things that Tyler, once he gets on board, he'll hopefully try to help correct. And yes, ma'am.
Do you mind if I acknowledge a person?
Sure, no.
We have a person who's worked with this county for over 50 years, I think, in the background on our voting machines, Clay Blanchard.
Oh, Clay.
Yeah. Clay celebrated his 45th birthday for the 45th time here last week.
90th, I think you said.
Clay was 90 years old Friday.
But I missed that.
That's all. And I just want to acknowledge what he's done for us because he has been an absolute necessity he's gone through every series of voting machines since voting machines were begun in this county, from those 3,000 pounds.
He moved through the technology side gracefully, didn't he?
He did, and he knows the election laws, which is one of his greatest benefits, truly. But poll workers can call Clay from the polling places, and 9 times out of 10, he can walk them through those voting machines by memory. So he's a bit of a genius, and I just want to acknowledge him.
Have you done anything to try to see what the next generation, who's going to be the next generation Clay?
Well, the good news for us is that we have a couple of girls who understand those machines pretty well now that we're into the technology area. They're not afraid of them anyway. So, and Harp Enterprises is always on call.
Sure.
So, yes, we have considered it strongly.
I just, Clay don't want to let go.
And that's fine, because Clay's great.
I know he is.
And I truly.
You wonder why it'd be 90. Clay never seemed like he got in a big hurry to do anything, did he?
True. But he's very, very methodical, very
yeah.
precise, and you know when Clay does a job, you know it's right. So I do appreciate that, and I think a person should be acknowledged
Sure.
while they're here to enjoy it.
Court have anything?
Yeah, John noticed the property cleaned up on Natchez Road. We got paid on it lien.
I'm glad you brought that. Yeah, you got your.
Where's that house in Boston? Did we do this?
I-
Where's that stand?
I have to check with Matthew and see. But,
We need to move on it if it's not speed it up or something. But there's still a nice store.
And that's where this was, the Nazareth Road.
That's an Abbey Road house up there. We had about a $3,700 or so claim on it, and interest and penalties. Now it's about $6,200,
I want to say we did them at the same time, didn't
We did it the same day.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes it's just a matter, see, this property is sold.
right.
That triggers.
Yeah, that's why.
Cash triggers a lot of things in life.
That's true, but can we move forward on that some way?
I'll find out where the status is. I don't know where, I don't know if we can or not, but I'll find out the
So it's
status.
still a nice over there.
That's right past the senior center.
Right,
Yes.
it joins the senior center.
Dean, I forgot one.
Okay?
Hart and Leslie Road, City of Barstown's wanting to put a water line in the county right away, about 200 feet. You wanted me to bring it up
Yes.
to court.
Uh-huh.
What it boils down to is they got a 6-inch water line that runs to Boston, then they now own the Lebanon Junction water line. It's a different line that comes from the plant, about 300 feet up Hart and Leslie Road that goes a different route. They want to hook the 2 lines together.
To loop the system.
It will provide Boston with service in case the line coming through QI's Loop has a problem. They got a line crossing our old bridge in there. So this is the best way to, and it'll be 9 feet off the edge of pavement. It'll be, the people that own the land are in some trust out of Texas, so that you can't hardly get hold of them or nothing. So it's 9 feet off the edge of pavement, will be in our ditch line.
Get a motion to approve, allowing the city to put their water line in our right of way. Motion by Bernard Ice, second by Jeff Lear. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry.
Thank you all. Sorry about forgetting.
Fire department, you have a report?
Yeah, the building remodel's been going very well. I mean, we're doing mostly all in-house. We've got a self-imposed deadline of about the 14th that we'll have the remodel done. After that, we'll leave it up to the 2 chiefs to figure out what the days actually put us on move.
I think it's looking good. I mean, we're looking.
Oh, we've been working. So.
I noticed that.
Yeah. Thank y'all for all your hard work. I've been riding by and keeping an eye on it too. Every day you can see something else that was done.
So then we'll move it around. Oh, and we do have it up and secured back now too, because there was some issues with that front door, but that's kind of been secured up now till it's tight. It did get away for, and thanks for Brad and Jim for all their help in the background. So.
Looks good. Looks good.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Anything else, Court? Anybody else have anything? Motion to adjourn? By Bernard Ice, second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry.